befitting a player who accomplished as much here in Toronto as José Bautista did.
This is deep. This is 50. 27th player in the history of the game.
Bautista's hit another one up and gone. His third home run today.
Bautista's going to throw him out at first. He got him.
Bautista with a drive. Deep left field. No doubt about it.
You can only flirt with fire for so long.
That is hit into the corner, and this game is tied. And Bautista's got 2 tonight.
Fly ball deep left field. Yes, sir. Moving over the left fielder, Kim, and there she goes.
And I want to thank the Blue Jays fans, the city of Toronto, and the whole country. It was an honor to play for you.
For a 5 or 6 year period, he was the heart and soul of a very good team that made many a postseason, lots of big home runs. And he joins us here. José Bautista had his big day a couple days ago up in Toronto. José, nice to talk. Christopher Russo here, and great to have you aboard. What is the key? You know, you sort of bounce around, try to find your deal with the Pirates. You go to Toronto, and all of a sudden, you untapped plenty, especially the power. Give me some thoughts on that first. Go ahead.
Well, thanks for having me, Chris. It's been a while, so I want to thank you for the opportunity. Nothing. I mean, you know, sometimes the perfect storm can brew up, and I had the right mix of, you know, confidence, listening, changing my approach to the suggestions of a lot of great hidden people in Toronto, you know, and the playing opportunity because of the changes that the organization was going through, and some guys exiting, some guys entering. You know how the business of baseball is. Sometimes there's a change of regime, and there's a lot of overturn in the roster, right? So I left Pittsburgh because of the same reason, and then I came to Toronto with an opportunity, and I was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, 100%. And Jose was nice enough to give me an interview on radio a long time ago in 2009 in the Blue Jay dugout in spring training. He's not going to remember it. It was after the game. He gave me 15 minutes, so I want to make sure I threw that on for you. A lot of big home runs and some opportunities. What series do you feel you were a little closer in? Guardian Indians in 16 or the Royals in 15 of winning and getting to a World Series? You lost both, 1-5, 1-6. Which one a little closer? Jose, let me hear. Go ahead.
I don't know which one were closer, but the one we felt like we had more momentum and we really caught fire was on 15 after, you know, the deadline. You know, our second half was unbelievable. We got David Price, Tulowitzki, and a bunch of other names, and we just went on a hot streak for down the stretch. And we really felt like after, you know, being down with Texas and beating them that we had all the momentum, but, you know, the Royals pitching was too much to overcome, so we kind of came up short. And that's the one that felt like it got away from us.
Yeah, I mean, the Royals with that great bullpen, and of course they were 2-0 down Toronto against Texas before they won 3 in a row, 2 in Texas to win that series. We all know trailing Game 5, and then of course the famous bat flip, which turned on lots of folks in America. Maybe not me, Jose, but every kid in America loved that bat flip. How about that home run you hit in a big spot in middle innings against the Rangers in 15? Let me hear.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be in that situation, and even luckier that I was able to come through. You know, facing that great team that, you know, we had the stage set up, fortunately for us, but unfortunately for them, they made 3 uncharacteristic errors to set up this stage. And, you know, Sam Dyson was a tough pitcher. I had faced him a few times earlier that year and grounded out to the left side every single time. So I was really hoping to get a pitch high enough to be able to connect, and I was able to do that. But yeah, the bat flip is a little polarizing, but at the end of the day, I didn't mean any disrespect, and everybody knows now that it's part of the celebratory thing in baseball. It creates a great connection between the fans and the game, and I'm happy that some of that connotation has changed and now it's widely more accepted. And hopefully you're starting to love it a little more too, Chris.
Yeah, I used to have problems with it. Jose knows. Andrus, of course, made the errors there at shortstop, which and he handled them well, which set up that inning. How about the Encarnacion home run against the Orioles? Everybody was shocked that the reliever wasn't in the game. Memory escapes me now. I forgot. Think of it in a second. The Oriole reliever, and he hit that bomb against Jimenez in that wild card game the following year. Encarnacion hit a shot. You were on that ball club, too. That was another big home run in postseason play for the Blue Jays. How about that for a sec, Jose? Let me hear.
Yeah, they had one of the best closers in the game at that point. And to everybody's shock, and I know that the Buck took some heat for it, but I'm sure he had his reasons. And Edwin was able to connect. Edwin saw Ubaldo real well, and it was a extra inning home run, walk it off, and get us in the true playoffs after the wild card game. So one of those other big moments in Blue Jays history, in my opinion, right along Joe Carter's home run, my home run, and Robbie Alomar's in Oakland too. Those are maybe the top four in Blue Jays history.
I agree. It's an excellent point. And I was Britton, who I forgot for a second. Britton didn't pitch. You're right.
Yes.
Alomar hit it against Eckersley, which won the pennant. Obviously, Carter won a World Series. You won a divisional round, and Encarnacion won a playoff game. The Blue Jays of the earlier part always blew big games, the 70s and 80s Blue Jays. You're 100% right. You have one of the biggest home runs in Toronto baseball history, and that is a great market. And you had Gibbons there, and they brought Price in. It kind of revived baseball in Canada, Jose. How about that for a sec? Let me hear it. You're a group of players.
Yeah, and every organization goes through this, but there was a little bit of drought of the playoffs after 92-93 World Series. So, we kind of put that to an end. It was 22 years before we were back in 15 in the playoffs. So I was happy to be a part of it. We had some great teams, and I certainly didn't do anything by myself. What a great group. We had a great connection with the fans, and we got along great, and it was the most fun baseball I've ever played in my life.
Last thing, Jose, post, for a big star, like a big baseball player under the limelight, that adjustment to retirement's not that easy. I'm sure you're doing plenty with the sport, but taking off that uniform has got to be difficult, and you didn't do it that long ago. How's it going here in the first part of your early retirement? Let me hear about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going great. And, after 18, I was trying to play in 19. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And then when COVID hit in 20, I knew that was the dagger in my career. So even though I've been in my head and everybody's eyes to retire for a while, it was great to be back to Toronto, sign that one-day contract and make it official, and retire as a Blue Jay. So I'm hoping that all baseball fans love that part of it. And I hope to see that from other guys in the future too, because it's only fitting that we all retire from the organization we cause the most impact in. So hopefully that gets to be enjoyed by all fans. So right now I'm just trying to stay in shape, stay active, looking for other ways to give back. I'm extremely grateful to the game of baseball for everything it gave me. So looking forward to the future and how I can help other guys' careers. And then being a dad, full-time dad is an exhausting and busy job. So I'm a part-time chauffeur, so I just shuttle my girls from their school and their after-school activities all afternoon long. So that keeps me happy, excited, and busy.
Nothing wrong with that. Good for you. Well done. Always fun to watch, Jose. Good to see you have your day. You deserved it. Appreciate a few minutes. Stay in touch. Appreciate you coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.